So welcome back to another video. In this video we'll be sorting out the rear lights on this Audi TT Mk2, and the problem with these is the earth burns out on the lights and then you get the no lights working on the back warning come up on the dash. So we'll be putting in the extra earth wire because the standard one is not man enough to do the job. We do both sides and we'll get this fixed. This one's got an intermittent problem, so it's working sometimes and sometimes it's not. It's on its way out, so we need to do this. So if you're planning on doing this yourself and putting the kit together, what you're going to need is some washers, some nuts, some bolts, some electrical connectors, some cable, some crimpers, and I've got some heat shrink for mine. You'll also need a small socket set and a drill. I'm thinking about putting together like a makeshift sort of kit with all the wires already pre-crimped and everything, and putting together basically a kit with everything you need to do this mod yourself. So comment below if you think that's a good idea and that's something you'd want me to sort out. So it's something I'm thinking about doing. Right, let's crack on the video. Let's get these lights out. Let's see how bad it's burnt out and get these extra earths put in. We'll be needing this. Now this end of the screwdriver, give the light a little knock and out it comes. And just disconnect the plug. This one's not too bad. It's got a little bit of corrosion, but it's not too bad. After removing this light, I could clearly see that someone had been here before and put a new connector on the end. So I was just going to have a look behind the electrical tape just to see what's going on, see if it's been bodged or not. But luckily it looked like they have actually done a half decent job on putting that connector on. Next was to remove some bits out of the boot so I could get to the earth points that I wanted to use. Earth out this side on that one. Earth out this one on that. Right, let's start doing the mod. So what we need to do is undo this, 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 this and this. So what we need to do now, we need to put a little hole right there. Let's take that bulb out. Like that. Got a bolt with a washer. So now with my bolt all through, looking good, nice and tight, because I did only use a 5mm drill piece with an M5 bolt. So it's nice and tight in there. So let's turn it over. And what we need to do now is crimp a ring connector on the end, and I put a bit of heat shrink around it as well, just to give it a bit of extra support, and it just looks a lot tidier. So now I'll just put the ring connector over the bolt we put in, with a washer on the bottom of it, with a lock nut on the top. So with the bolt all secured down, I placed the bulb back in that I took out earlier, and then put the bulb holder back onto the light unit and screwed it all back down. And then on the other end of the cable, put a bit of heat shrink, followed by a female bullet connector end, which crimped on, and we heated up the heat shrink. Next I need to pierce a hole in the grommet, because this will be where my cable will be entering the car. So then I started pushing the cable through and played around until I could feel it coming out, and there it is. There's the other end. So I now put another connector on the other end. We put a male connector on this end because it will go into the female connector that we put on the light unit. Obviously heat shrink first. So crimp all that down, heat up the heat shrink, happy days. That connection is ready.
So I just put some electrical tape back around the previous repair just to tidy it all up and protect those cables. I fed through some of the excess cable as I don't need all of that where the rear light is going to be sitting. So with that pulled through, I can then get the rear light and connect it back up. So now moving back inside the car, I undone the 10mm nut where I'm going to be fitting my new ring connector, which I've already just fitted onto the cable. I'm sure you get the idea of how to put a connector on a cable now. Tighten up the nut. With that side all done and dusted, looking good, it's time to move back onto the other side where I already have the cable through ready, the earth already fitted down, so it's just a case of fitting the rear light back onto the car. I got my friend over just to press the brakes, just to make sure all the lights are working, and they were working absolutely perfect. So happy days.
So as you can see, that has sorted the job out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.